What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Thing Goes back again, man, with another video. How everybody doing today, man? What I wanted to do is I'm not gonna be talking about Invincible today. I got some more stuff planned for that later, and an announcement to make actually. But what I wanted to do today was talk about another one of my favorite comic book series of all time. I used to talk about it a lot on my previous YouTube channel, before it got deleted and I had to start over or whatever. But I haven't talked about it at all on this new channel, and that is that's something that I want to change because, like I said, I really do love this series, and I feel like that the spark of interest of the series is starting to grow because it had a TV series and it only lasted for one season and it got canceled. I've referenced this show quite a bit in other videos. I use it as an example of like how I hope Invincible doesn't end up, But yeah, and that series is a Deadly Class, man, by Rick Remender and Wes Craig. I absolutely love Deadly Class, bro. Deadly Class, the comic book and the TV series. That's one of my favorite stories, man. I really enjoy reading it. As you can see, I am quite the fan of Deadly Class. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with Deadly Class, man. I really love Deadly Class, and I wanted to just kind of go over it a little bit. I don't know if any of you have read it, but similar to how, I recommend Invincible to a lot of you people and probably never read it and, you check it out. Or, I'm not trying to say I'm, responsible for y'all reading Invincible, but, I know I put a lot of people onto it. So, if you haven't checked out Deadly Class, I highly recommend that you check out Deadly Class because I think that you will find some enjoyment in it. And if you don't really like reading and you like watching shit more, check the show out too, man. Because in my opinion, I think the show actually does a much better job, which is rare. Because most of the time, I like the comics more than the shows, but the show actually does an amazing job at staying accurate to the source material, but also adding onto it like things that like doing things better that the comic didn't do, where the comic lacked in some areas. And it's unfortunate the show got canceled after just one season. There was still so much story to be told, especially if you read the comic like myself and you know what was supposed to come next after that cliffhanger of an ending in season one. Now Deadly Class, I think it came out like early 2019 or late 2018, something like that. It ain't been that long ago. I know that if the show is still going on, it would probably be gearing up for like its third season or something like that. Probably the third season might be in production, about to come out or something like that. But it would definitely be past the first two seasons if it had kept going. The first season only had 10 episodes, and what a wild ride it was. And like I said, that cliffhanger of an ending was crazy. I really enjoyed it all throughout. I love how, like I said, they expanded on some areas. What they mainly did was they added like story details to characters that were greatly needed to, flesh them out more. They really made characters, like the actors who portrayed characters from the comic, they brought them to life in a much more realized way. They seem like much more realistic characters than the brisk, like fast forward, just quickly breeze through versions that we got in the comic. For example, one of my favorite characters was Lex. And in the show, Lex is fucking awesome, but in the comic book, you barely get any time with the dude. The villain known as Fuckface in the comic, he's in the comic quite a bit, but he still is, he's kind of portrayed as just like this, just this fucked up piece of shit. And don't get me wrong, he's still a piece of shit and he's still fucked up in the show, but he has layers to his character and he actually has a backstory and you understand why he's so fucked up. In the comic, they don't even touch on that at all. They did a much better job with his character in the show than they did in the comic. And yeah, man, I really enjoy like what they was doing with it, man. And pretty much what Deadly Class centers around is it take place in 1978 San Francisco, and it follows this main character known as Marcus Aguelo. And what he is he's a homeless kid, 16, living in San Francisco. And what happens is he's actually he escapes a boys' home. Okay, so when he was a kid, spoiler alert. When he was a kid, when he was about like, I think he was like, what, like maybe 8, 9, something like that. His parents were actually killed. That's now see what they was talking about. It does get kind of political sometimes, but I don't think it really does it like in a way to where it would annoy you. I mean, some people don't like political shit in their stories at all. You know what I'm saying? Like I know some people that think it's distasteful and shit like that. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Rick Remender, he can get a little heavy handed sometimes, but I feel like in my opinion, it's never too much. Like it never really destroys the story. It just adds to the overall theme of the story that he's trying to tell. But Marcus, he actually his parents get killed by this woman named Barbara Salinger. Now, Barbara Salinger, she's a crazy, like mentally ill patient who actually was set loose into the streets because they was talking about how Ronald Reagan, like when he was cutting funding and everything, when he was doing his presidency, he actually was releasing hundreds of mentally ill patients out into the street. Now, when him and his parents was actually walking by Court Towers in San Francisco, Barbara Salinger, she jumped out of the tower and plummeted, landed, like she jumped to her death, and she literally landed right on top of the bodies of Marcus's mom and his dad, and they died literally right in front of this dude. So he got sent to a boys' home. I think it's called Sunset Boys Home. Yeah, he got sent to a boys' home, and that is where he meets his rival and villain, Fuckface. But his real name is actually damn, I forgot his name, man. Damn, I forgot his name, bro. But yeah. I'm just calling Fuckface for now. But yes, if I remember, I'm probably just gonna say it at random before the video ends. But yeah, so he ends up meeting his roommate, Fuckface. It's kind of like this buff, big, super redneck who just bullies Marcus all the time, beat him up, you know, fuck him up and everything. Now in the comic, it said that the woman that is actually in charge of this boys' home is the one who cut Marcus on his eye. But I really like how they changed it in the show a lot better because they made it more personal between him and his roommate. And Chester Wilson. Fuckface's real name is Chester Wilson. But anyway, so in the show they made it a more like, you know, personal between them when they actually changed that from, instead of the woman that was in charge of the boys' home that did it, Chester Wilson was actually the one that cut Marcus in his eye in the show. And I thought that was I thought that was cool. Like it wasn't a huge improvement. It wasn't like I would have took it either way, but I still like how they did it. I feel like that was a cool change. And but pretty much Marcus is in this boys' home, and it's pretty much a sweatshop. They just make these boys do all this work. They torture them, they fuck them up, they punish them in these brutal ways. You know what I'm saying? They super malnourished. You know what I mean? Like these kids are going through some shit. And they pretty much got them like in these damn prison cells, man. Like they got them like, you know what I'm saying, doing all this crazy stuff. So Marcus pretty much went from one bad situation to another, you know, just watching his parents die, going to a boys' home, dealing with that shit day to day. And then on top of that, he got to go back to his room and then deal with Chester, Fuckface, beating his ass. You know what I'm saying? So this kid can't get a break, bro. And he manages to actually escape. And when he escapes, he ends up making like this nail bomb that he actually figured out how to make by reading some of Chester's diary, because Chester is he is crazy. And the dude is a damn killer, and he crazy as fuck. And he know how to do a lot of fucked up stuff. So he found out how to make this nail bomb by reading his notes in his diary. And he got the guards to come into the room, and then he blew the nail bomb up. Like first what he did was he actually got some food, and he poisoned the food, bro. He got a sandwich for Chester, because Chester made him get a sandwich. He poisoned the food, and then he fucked Chester up. Like Chester ate the food, he started choking and shit. And then you know, he's just like, yeah, this is my moment to get some revenge on your bitch ass, bro. You know what I'm saying? He talking all that shit while Chester choking and shit. And then he like, all these years you torturing me, bro, getting bullied by you, nigga, man, fuck this shit, bro. And then the guards come in. He hide behind the mattress of his bed, bro. The bomb explodes, fuck the guards up. and then it also fucks up Chester's face. Like the nail bomb went off like right in front of Chester's face. That's why his name is Fuckface, because his whole face got fucked up. Now Marcus, he ends up setting all the other boys free, and he runs out of there and escapes. But Chester, he just goes on this killing rampage, gets a gun like from the guards, and he just starts killing everybody that's in that boys' home. He kills all the boys that you know Marcus thought would have escaped. He kills all of them. It's fucked up, right? It's crazy as hell. And Marcus actually gets blamed for this. He gets blamed for killing all of the kids in that school. And he's homeless now. He doesn't have anywhere to live. And on top of that, he is a wanted fugitive in San Francisco. But because everybody thinks that he killed all those kids, you have Deadly Class. You have, I'm calling it, that's the name of the show. That's not the name of the school. You have King's Dominion actually scouting him out. That's the name of the school. You have King's Dominion actually scouting him out. Y'all don't even know what the school is. So this school, King's Dominion, it's a school pretty much for, teenagers. It's like a high school, but it's a school to pretty much train the youth into being assassins, you know, the next world assassins and stuff like that, you know. And it's pretty cool. I love the concept, man. So you got these students that are scouting him out to try to get him and pull him into King's Dominion. And you have the leader of this school is now Master Lin. And Master Lin, he actually brings some of his students. You have Willie, you have Saya, Billy, Maria, and they all are brought in to pretty much talk to Marcus, well, and see if they can get him to come. You know what I'm saying? So they end up helping him out because the police spot him and they start chasing him. So they help him get away, and then they end up talking to him just like, bro, like, what's up, man? You need to join us. Of course, Marcus, you know, he kind of pushed back a little bit at first, but he ends up joining the school. I mean, because really, what choice does he have? He don't really have nowhere to live. The cops looking for him. You know what I'm saying? So he ends up going to King's Dominion with really no choice. And that's where the story pretty much ensues. That's pretty much the whole setup of the story. And it's very cool, bro, because you got all these interesting characters from different walks of life. They all at this school to be assassins and learn how to kill and stuff like that. But you have like this, hierarchy. You have how it's all like placed and everything. You have the legacy children. The legacy children, they're like kids that are they're like the kids of like famous killers or something like that. You have Victor. He is KGB. You know what I'm saying? You got people like Chico, who part of the cartel. You know what I'm saying? He like the big dog on campus. You feel me? He like probably the realest killer up in that motherfucker. You got the Yakuza, you know, by Saya, bruh. You got NWA, led by fucking I think it's NWO. My fault, I said NWA. NWO, New World Order, led by Willie. You feel me? They like the street hood gang and shit like that, bruh. You know what I'm saying? So you got people like from all walks of life, different killers, different types of killers, different type of assassins and shit. All by kids, no, mind you. It's like it's already bad enough that they killers, bruh, and they assassins, bruh, but they are kids locked in a damn building, you know what I'm saying, in a school, nigga, as if high school wasn't already bad enough. You know what I'm saying? So it's a brilliant concept for a show. And I really love just the story in general, because the comic is, you know, I enjoy the comic as well. But yeah, man, I really loved this story, and I enjoyed it all the way up to the point where it is in the comic. Now it's left on this huge cliffhanger. We're currently waiting for it to return. I follow Rick Remender on Instagram. He says the comic will be returning, hopefully the show too, but the comic will be returning in 2021. And it hasn't been a new issue of the comic in quite some time, but you could still read the comic from the beginning to where it is now and deeply enjoy it. It is fucking amazing. It'll kind of like help you get over the fact that the show has been canceled, but maybe the show will actually return, because that's another thing I want to talk about in this video. Now, even though the show has been canceled probably like going on a little over a year now, it just recently started popping up on Netflix in the UK, and they fucking love it. Like, if you are following Deadly Class in any way, following the actors, or you staying up to news on this, they are constantly talking about it, man. Deadly Class is in the top 10 in the UK for as far as shows being streamed on Netflix, and it stayed in the top 10, like in the high top 10, like in the top 5 for a minute, and it's not even in North America yet. And I feel like it's definitely gonna come to North America. It's just a matter of time, bro. I feel like it's definitely gonna drop on Netflix out here, and a lot of people that didn't see it the first time around, they're gonna be watching it thinking that that it's a Netflix original series, that it just came out on Netflix. They're gonna be like, oh, this show is amazing. Oh my God, man, you heard about this new show, bro? What the fuck? I'm like, bro, I've been known about this show, bro. This show like damn near 2 years old. I've been known about this show, but unfortunately, it premiered on Sci-Fi, man. Sci-Fi, it's notorious for shows being canceled on that network, and not that many people watch Sci-Fi, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that was the biggest mistake from the production of this show. It should have never been on Sci-Fi. I feel like it should have started off on a streaming service, like on a streaming service in general. Now we got a lot of examples of good shows that get canceled but live on through streaming services. You have Lucifer, and then you have what's that show, man? What is it? The Expanse. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, bro, Deadly Class really has a chance to come back and get a new life on Netflix, bro. This show desperately needs a season 2, man. Desperately. It is so fucking good. The actors are amazing, man. They're really good young talent that really brought the characters of the comic book to life, man. It improved on the comic, like I said. The action sequences are very enjoyable. The comedy, it is funny as hell. The music in this show is also great. They take a lot of music, a lot of songs from the Smiths, 1970s band and everything like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? They got a lot of rock and roll stuff. They got a lot of music from The Cure up in there. You know what I'm saying? So it's really good. It's really good. You know, like, they got a lot of good actors, a lot of good comedy, a lot of good action, a lot of good music. It has all the recipes of a good show, bro. And it literally did nothing wrong, in my opinion. And it got canceled way too soon. If anything, it at least deserved one more season. I think the shit need to just keep going and tell the whole damn story. But it definitely didn't deserve to just get canceled after one season. So I highly recommend that you check Deadly Class out, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, please check this shit out. Like, it had, like I said, I can't praise it enough, man. I'm going to be making more videos talking about the comic book, going over some of the arcs, some of the characters, and also reviewing each episode in season 1, really breaking it down. I'm going to be trying to make as much content on Deadly Class as I can, as well as the normal content that I normally put out, so don't worry about that. But I just wanted to let you guys know that yes, Deadly Class is going to be joining in on the YouTube activities of the channel Thin Ghost, because I really do love Deadly Class. And like I said, I made a lot of videos about this series in my previous channel, but my previous channel got deleted. And I've always wanted to bring like this discussion back on this channel, but I've been so caught up in the Invincible stuff. But recently, like I said, with all the shit that's been going on with Deadly Class in the UK, it sparked the interest again. And the interest was always there, like I said, but it just really pushed me to just go ahead and be like, all right, you know what, bro? I'm gonna get on this now. I'm gonna start talking about Deadly Class because I got a good feeling this shit is about to blow up. You know what I'm saying? So please check out Deadly Class, man. It's not on North America Netflix yet, so you could just go online, stream it, check it out, read the comic, please, on Read Comics Online. I don't know if you like reading comics or watching shows at the same time. I don't know which one you prefer to do. Me, I like to read the comics first and then watch the show. I highly recommend you do it like that, because then you'll see how good the show does with improving on the source material and also staying accurate with the source material at the same time. You know what I mean? So it explains a lot of stuff that the comic kind of breezed over, or you know what I'm saying, just make stuff make more sense that you might have thought, like, how did that happen? You know what I'm saying, in the comic. So I really like what they did with the show, man. But I feel like you can't have one without the other, so you got to check them both out. So let me know what you think about this video, man. Like, dislike, man. Put in the comments if you've even read Deadly Class, if you checked it out, if you know what it is, if you like it, and if you do check it out, please come back to this video and let me know what you think about it, man, because I'm very interested to see if you like it as much as I do. And yeah, man, I hope you're having a good day, night, wherever you are. And until next time, guys, peace. Hashtag Save Deadly Class.